traveling for now. Yeah.
Well, I'm getting ready to travel again,
Oh man, another show. Which show's
but
next?
in June, high tech
High Tech. High Tech's a good one. I should go to that one too.
in
Um,
Indianapolis. So
Indiana. I could drive there and like in 10 hours.
take the vet, man.
No, no way.
The Rivian, take the Rivian.
Yeah, I would. I might if Brandy let me. Um, um, a lot of news this week. Some EV news. Tesla spring update. So, you said you didn't get it yet, huh? On yours?
I did not get it.
Yeah. So I mean, they probably pushed it out to the newer cars first, the hardware for cars first.
Yeah.
Um, but the big thing is matrix headlights in the U.S. So they've had them in Europe for a while now, but in the U.S. only like the Gen 2 Rivian and then the new Model Y Juniper had the matrix headlights, right? So this is where you'll be driving down the road and your high beams are basically on, and a car is coming the opposite way. It's gonna like cloak the elements in the path of that car, so you're not going to be high beaming them, right? And then as soon as it passes, it's going to open it up again.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So yeah, I did a video as soon as it dropped. I did a video to test it. It was a pain. I had to drive around a lot at night to try to find some cars coming the other way without
Yeah.
any. I didn't want any street lights and stuff, but I was able to, go back and find a road.
I'll have to check it out. I have not looked at that
Yeah,
video.
yeah, it's pretty cool. So only one guy high beamed me, so I may have to adjust them a little bit. You can
Wait, you can adjust them?
Yeah, there's a menu in the service menu in Tesla that you can adjust the height of the headlights, and you can kind of pull up to like a garage door or something,
Yeah.
and then go in the service menu and make sure that like one's not higher than the other, that they're both not too high.
I didn't know you could adjust those.
Yeah, you can definitely do it. Check yours out because in my pre-refresh, I would get high beamed all the time, and
Oh.
even when I had low beams on, right? And so then I went and I adjusted them down a little bit, and it fixed it.
Oh.
So
Yeah, I've never had that issue.
yours are probably at a good height then. I mean,
Yeah.
but yeah, I had that issue a lot, and I'm like, what's going on? I figured out that you can probably have Tesla do it too. They recommend
Yeah.
that you do it, but it's simple to do. They calibrate, and then you can adjust the right and the left height.
Oh,
So
that's
go in
kinda
there and
cool.
check it out. So yeah, spring update, matrix headlights, trunk height at location. So like if you're at your house and your garage door was too low and your trunk would hit it when it opened.
Look, like my house.
Yeah, like your house, exactly like that. Like I guess a lot of the Model Ys, like they were in like low garages and they were coming up and hitting the garage door and denting the tailgate.
Oh, yeah. I can see that for
Yeah.
sure.
So you could always set the height as being lower, but then when you're out at the store, you want it to open all the way, right? So now you can set it at your home address, GPS location. It'll open less high, and then everywhere else it'll open all the way. Pretty cool.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. And then they added, you'll get this too, B-pillow cameras to the Sentry mode in the drive cam. So you know those cameras that are on in back of the doors, basically in back of your windows, front windows.
Yeah.
So those were never in the Sentry mode before.
I guess I never really thought about that.
Yeah. They added those two additional cameras. So if anyone's messing with your car, any of these guys out there that don't like Teslas now, like you'll get an extra view of them to send to the police, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So they better watch out if they're messing with any Teslas.
Oddly, I kind of raced a Mercedes today this morning.
Yeah,
Just out of fun. We weren't going really fast or
Yeah.
anything, but
Yeah, the Model 3.
but not everybody hates Tesla. That's
No.
what I was trying to say, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. They're still selling lots of them. But anyway, so pretty good spring update there. And then on the Rivian side, they released and I'm gonna show you real quick here. That I'm putting up a picture of the adaptive headlights.
Yep.
So you can kind of see how cars are coming on the left, and it already like cloaked those pixels so that I still get high beams in front of me, but not in the lane to the left of me. So that's how it works.
So Rivian is also doing that.
Rivian's been doing it since Gen 2 launched, and then they updated it, and so it's probably been about a month. Rivian Gen 2, then not the Gen 1 like Brandy has. There's no matrix lights in there.
Oh, got it.
But Teslas have had matrix lights for a long time, just not in the US. They couldn't be activated because of regulations.
Got it. Oh.
But Rivian also released a new app update. So it's a new look and feel. It's got like tiles. It's colorful, more colorful. I mean, I didn't notice a bunch of new functionality, but it seems I do like the flow of it better. There's a lot of people talking about it now that this new app, like, it's out, and they only added a couple new things. They added a new service request page, and they added a connectivity page where you can like see if your Wi-Fi is connected. That's really good. I wish Tesla would do that.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Because then, if it's not connecting, like how, why is it? Is the LTE connected? Is the Wi-Fi connected? So that was nice. They did that, but yeah, nice. They keep pushing the app forward. And I would say it's like it's really good. It's not quite on par with the Tesla app, which is just like everything just works perfect all the time, as far as I'm concerned. But it's pretty good. So then one other EV thing before we get into our Wi-Fi. So the Slate truck, they launched the pre-orders on that. So what do you think about that thing?
I like it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know what I like the look and feel of it.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of Rivian a little bit.
Yeah.
But the little pickup truck is pretty neat.
Yeah.
I see a lot of people like utilizing that, using it for like small businesses and stuff like that. And I think they're kind of like advertising towards like they're trying to say like, hey, you could use this for your small business kind of thing. So
Yeah.
pretty cool like designs and stuff, and you can modify them. There's a lot to modify.
Yeah,
right?
it's definitely cool if it launches like the way it is here now. You can pre-order one for $50, which is a lot less than the other pre-orders out there.
Yeah.
And a couple things. It's really stripped down. So for that $20,000 entry price, I mean that's crazy, right? That's $70,000 less than like a entry level Rivian or Cybertruck. 50,000 less. 50,000 less.
50, yeah.
But for that you're missing a lot of things. It's single motor, 150-mile range, no radio. It looked like maybe you could add some radios back in, right? Like some controls for Bluetooth or something.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like you can add a bunch of stuff. I'm looking at it right now.
You can add a bunch of stuff back in, but for that 20,000, you basically get very little. It does have a frunk, 1,000-pound towing capacity. So I mean, it's probably good for a lot of little contractors to run around with.
Yeah. They're kind of
And
advertising towards like landscaping,
yeah,
construction, and then like just everyday life, like active life. Like there's one with a skateboard in the back of the truck.
yeah, yeah,
So pretty inexpensive, but you can customize it to a lot of different things. And they rather than doing paint, they do wrap, right?
yeah, yeah. It's just like plastic panels on that thing, so that it only comes in gray. And then if you want to change the color, you have to get a wrap. So it's kind of smart, right? Because like it makes it way easier for them to produce. And then people are wrapping everything like Cybertrucks or whatever.
Yeah.
But the wrap cost is pretty expensive. Like I don't know how much they're charging, but to wrap like a Rivian or a Cybertruck's probably like $5,000.
It's a lot. Yeah.
That's
I
like mean, a quarter of
just
price
doing
of
the
that
protective
truck.
wrap was expensive, right? Just on the front of the car,
Oh
on
yeah,
the side of the car.
just to do. To do the PPF on the front of my Model 3 Highland, it was $500.
Yeah.
So to do the whole thing in a colored wrap, it's not cheap. But it puts it back on the owner to pay that, right? Not on the company that's building it to have a paint factory, right?
Right, exactly.
So like if you want like a fancy color scheme, then you can pay for that, but they're not gonna basically worry about it, right? They'll let you do it.
And they have a lot of options too,
Yeah.
which is pretty
Yeah.
like from shiny like color to like a flat color.
Hmm.
Um They have different designs. Like you can do, the one they're showing has the number 77 on the
Mm.
side. You can do from gloss to satin to matte, basically, on the
Yeah.
wraps,
Yeah,
which is pretty
it's
cool.
definitely cool. I mean, I definitely I could see the thing. I want to have we want the fast stuff. So we want the Rivian. Like it's cool to me because it's so quick.
Yeah.
So this wouldn't appeal so much to me as maybe a second vehicle. Like just to run around in or something. But I can see
Well,
a
yeah,
lot.
that kind of gets back to like there's what, three body styles, and they're
Yeah,
mainly like it's really it's two door.
yeah,
It's the one version's a two-seater, right? And the
yeah,
other two are like I guess four-seaters.
yeah,
So you have a pickup truck, you kind of have like a SUV. You have two SUVs, and one's got like a slanted back to it, so that's kind of cool looking.
yeah. I wonder how much that will
But
add.
what's that?
I wonder how much that will add. Probably another 7 to 10,000, like to make it an SUV.
Yeah, I don't know. And then they show one that you can remove the back side of it, so it almost looks like a Jeep.
Oh, okay.
So that was like one of the versions that you could. I don't know. Maybe the top comes off. I have no idea,
I
but
don't know.
pretty cool styling.
Oh,
Yeah. So like if you pick one, you can choose kind of have the back open, kind of like the Bronco,
yep.
which is pretty neat.
And I mean,
So
and they're U.S. based. They're backed by Amazon or Jeff Bezos, and they're talking about like designing California, build in the Midwest. And it's got an app too, so I mean they're probably saving by not having keys and locks and things like that. So, um, pretty interesting stuff. So we'll see about that. We'll see. Are you gonna pre-order?
I'm putting in my information for just news.
Nice, nice. So you're interested, like I can see a lot of
Expand.
people interested in this because of the pricing alone. Like, it's kind of priced like the Ford Maverick, mini truck, which was it was pretty popular in the beginning. I don't see that many of them though.
Yeah, I see the older ones being driven around
Yeah.
for like landscaping kind of
Oh, you
stuff.
do? Yeah, I don't see like some of my neighborhood has one, but I don't see that many of them. I just don't think it was exciting enough. Like it's like a basic transportation truck. That can still
Yeah.
do a lot, but it's just not as exciting as a big truck or an EV truck or what I mean. Like,
Well, take a look at how many uh what are they called? The Ford, it's like the minivans, right?
yeah, oh yeah, the Ford
That's kind
Transit.
of taken the new lead, I think, rather than like the mini trucks.
Yeah,
Now you have guys driving these like these little mini what's it called? The
the Transit. Yeah, the
transport?
Transit.
Yeah, the transit, that's what it
Yeah,
is.
it's
The
got the high
transit.
ceiling, so you can
Yeah.
contractors use them, and
Yeah.
yeah, those and they're kind of narrow, right? So I think that for Europe, so they can fit down streets and stuff.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
so yeah, those are big, but we'll see, we'll see. I wish them luck, and I'm not gonna pre-order yet, but maybe.
I'm not
All
gonna
right,
pre-order. I just want
so
more info.
so so we're gonna talk about the AI cameras. So when we were at the show last week, a lot of people were interested in the cameras, and they were asking us about them. And I have one set up right now, but there's gonna be some more models coming, right?
Yeah, so right now there's the ECC 100, which is the dome
Yes.
IP67.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that one will these will become available in June. And then there's the bullet type
Yep.
model. This is the ECC 120.
Okay.
This has a little more range on like the distance. It's 30. This is 30 meters versus this is 20 meters to give you an idea. And it has and this is IP66. Um, and they both have built-in memory, so 256 gigabit. Um,
In
for
IP66, what is that, Brian?
wait, what?
What is IP66?
Oh, IP66 is weatherproofing, right?
Weather and
So this
dust,
is
right?
actually this is the lower rating.
Okay.
It's IP66, so it's weatherproof.
Yep.
Most of like if anybody out there is using our end stations, which is
Mm-hmm.
the point-to-point stuff, that's IP55.
Oh, really?
And that's IP55.
Okay.
So that goes into as far as Canada down to like Brazil. Like
Right.
so you can put those things anywhere. So with IP66, this is a really high rating.
Yeah.
And then you have IP67, which is even higher. So it's there's a number of different tests that they do with like dust and water and so
Yeah.
on. Um, so the higher the
Higher the
number, the
better.
better.
Higher the better.
Yeah.
All right.
So
So
like the ECW, uh, ECW 270 is IP68. So you can actually take that device and put it underwater for up to a minute and take it
okay.
back out, and it's still working, right? There's
Yeah.
no issues there.
So that
So
one's
it's
good for
watertight.
it's good for marinas or put even to put in like coolers or freezers, right? Like because
Yeah. Yep.
because it's basically sealed against everything. You're
Right.
spraying water on it. It's even if it got submerged for a little bit of time,
Right.
it'd
Right.
probably be okay. So then, okay, so these cameras they have memory on board where they can store video clips, but then they also upload to the cloud. Um, and
Well, they're
and
only sending metadata to the cloud.
okay, so the
Yeah.
metadata is like a clip that you can basically search on, right?
Yeah, it's a timestamp,
Yeah,
right? Like a
timestamp. Yeah.
timestamp of a clip.
Yep. And now the new ones that are coming, what's the difference between those? Those are like even more advanced.
Yeah, so there's a third camera right now that you can actually find more information. That's it's another dome, so it looks very similar to the ECC 100. It's basically the ECC 500.
ECC.
That's a 8 megapixel versus like these are both 5 megapixel.
Got it.
The 500 is 8 megapixel. It's got 3x optimal zoom lens, and it's HDR 120 dB, I think it's called.
Okay.
But it will do facial recognition, license plate recognition. Um, all these cameras obviously use like contextual AI
Mm-hmm.
searching, so that gives you the ability to like with the 500, you could go find a gray Audi with the license plate with a number that is 99B or something,
Okay.
right? So
Okay.
the AI engine's going to search for a gray Audi with a license plate with those numbers on there. And it's, if you have hundreds of cameras, it's going to search through
Wow.
all
Metadata.
that information,
Yeah.
right, and give you the video for that vehicle. And that could be, like I said, it could be across a large network of a lot of cameras.
So,
So we're utilizing like our cloud management system we're taking the metadata from all these cameras, and the AI part of it is learning all these different situations. So we'll even have the ability for like in different situations, like for like a vet, like for animals, right? So they can actually create alerts in the system to identify like if a dog or a cat are acting in a particular way, they can
hmm.
actually set alerts for that kind of stuff.
Oh
So
wow.
it gets pretty extreme. So we had some trainings on it, and we talked about a number of different applications. But like for like assisted living, right? You're looking for somebody that falls or gets hurt, or
Yeah.
somebody that's being abused, right? These are all things that you can set up alerts for, or like in manufacturing. Um, you can be notified when somebody's not wearing like a hard hat or like goggles or protective wear.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of different things you can do there.
So it's great. So you wouldn't. So on these ECC 500s, you wouldn't necessarily need to use those everywhere, but maybe at a
No.
point of entry or something, right? Where cars are coming in or out of a garage or a door
Yep.
where everyone has to come into the building, right?
Yeah, there's also the ability to count cars, count people, and what direction they're going.
Yeah.
There's so many different things.
Yeah. So it's pretty interesting, and they're gonna they'll be able to build into the EnGenius Cloud API, so you can probably hook these into third party systems, like hotel management systems and things like that eventually, right?
Yep. I actually just had that conversation yesterday. So yeah, there's definitely abilities to do integration. We've already done numerous like integration projects, and that would include the cameras now that's a part of the system.
Yeah, awesome, awesome.
Yeah. And the
So
really cool thing too is that we haven't really talked to about much is that if I have 100 cameras and maybe I only want to run AI on a couple of the cameras, I don't have to run them on all of them,
mm-hmm.
and I can pick and choose when it's on and off. So, say for example, I don't have AI running at all. I don't have to run it. Or maybe I want to run AI in my lobby of my hotel or like in the hallways of assisted living. I can choose to do that on
Okay.
on the camera itself.
Gotcha. So you can do
Yeah.
that. So yeah, they're really flexible the way that, and you're gonna have more products too, like a recorder that the cameras can back up to, right?
Yeah,
That
we'll
can
have
also
something
do
called the
AI.
EnGenius Video Solution, which is the EVS
Yeah.
system. And there's going to be a rack mount version, a 1U, and then there will be a desktop version. And what that really allows you to do, say you're a system integrator, you walk in and they have a surveillance system in place, you can use this EVS system to bring those cameras up into the cloud, our cloud system, and it gives you the ability to remote view all these cameras.
Yeah.
And then it also allows you to add our cameras as well. The other thing the EVS system does is the AI that we were just talking about. It enables AI for those legacy cameras that's in that environment.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, I definitely want to try one of those out when they're out.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. You'll get one.
awesome. Yeah, I want to see how it works. And I know Eddie just did a webinar on some of these new cameras, right? So I'll put a link to that below if anyone wants to
Yep.
see some more information on it. And we're selling a lot of Wi-Fi equipment right now, Brian. Like I don't know what's going on, but
Yeah,
been
you and
pretty
I.
busy.
So what we were talking about yesterday, I think we can talk about it, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
there's a ton of talk around tariffs, like
yeah.
what's going on. No, I don't think anybody really knows what's going on. Um, but I know a lot of vendors are out there like, yeah, there's tariffs coming. We're letting you know that there's tariffs coming. There's a potential price increase, right? So there could be a price increase for sure.
Yeah,
We just don't know yet. So what the trend we're seeing, right, is like, hey, I'm going to buy now.
yeah,
I want to know what my price is going to be. I might have some projects that come up, so I'm going to buy now.
yeah. I'm definitely seeing that. It's like if they have a project that that they know is coming up, they want to lock that price in now before anything changes. So,
Yeah,
um, so yeah, we're happy to help with that.
yeah. And you were saying that you even were hearing that some system integrators were like, well, I'm going to buy some now before somebody comes in and swoops in and
Oh yeah,
buys
yeah, I
all
did
the
get
hardware
it. I had
too.
a customer actually, yeah, yesterday say that he's not so worried about the tariffs increasing pricing because it's not going to like double the price, right? It's going to go up a little bit probably in some
Yeah,
things. They're going to start, sourcing parts from other places and shipping, trying to avoid whatever they can, right? But no, they were more worried about these projects that they needed the equipment for, that people would be buying all the equipment up before the tariffs hit, right?
yep.
So that's definitely a concern. But I mean, we're pretty well stocked right now. So
Oh
we'll
yeah,
see.
for sure.
We'll see.
Right now we are.
Yeah,
So
yeah. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But anyhow, so that's it for today. But remember, like and subscribe. We'll be back next week. We'll talk some more. We'll see